Hi everyone, it's John Mitchell. In this video, we're going to look at strategies to overcome employee resistance. So what we've spoken about before, all throughout change, is that change can be a really difficult process, especially for employees. And so because of that, change can cause resistance from, different stakeholders, but especially those employees. Now, they often resist the change because they can feel isolated, they feel fear, frustration, uncertainty, anything that's unfamiliar to them, they can start to fear that, and that can cause the employees to resist. Now, what can a business or a manager do in order to overcome that resistance? That's what this whole video is about. So, in order for a change to be implemented successfully, they're going to have to find a way to overcome that resistance and try and get the employees on the same page as where the business wants to go so that they can work together towards a successful change. So possible strategies for overcoming this resistance fall into two categories. They fall into the low risk category and also the high risk category. And we're going to go through each one of those categories in two different videos. So this video will focus on the low risk strategies. So the first low risk strategy is communication. So being open and honest about the change so that employees fully understand the direction of the business and its impact it's going to have on them and others. It's really important that there's two-way communication, so employees are allowed to voice their concerns and also have their questions answered. It's not just being one-way communication, two-way communication, so that the managers are also listening to those particular concerns. That enables the employees to really feel like they've gathered all the information they've had and all their questions answered so that they really understand where the business is heading, why it's heading in that direction, and also the impact it's going to have on them. Whether that be a good impact or a negative impact on particular employees, it's very important that there's open and honest communication. So that helps build trust and gain support as employees have a better understanding of the change and the impact it's going to have. And that's the type of thing why these are low risk strategies, because there's less risk that they're going to cause more resentment into the future. The next low risk strategy listed in our study design is empowerment. So empowerment is about involving employees in the change process, and that can help getting them on board with the change. Now, empowerment shows a level of trust but from the manager or the business in the employees, which can help gain support for the change. And also, if employees have been involved in the entire process and they're making decisions about what the change is and how it's going to be implemented, then they're less likely to resist the decisions if they've been involved in making them. Now, the next low risk strategy we're going to go through is support. So those that are affected by the change need to be supported through the process. No doubt there will be employees that are affected negatively or feel they're going to be affected negatively and are going to struggle with the whole process of change. As humans, sometimes we just really find it difficult to go through change. And so employees need to be supported through that process. This is one strategy that can be used, a low risk strategy that can be used to help implement change successfully. Now, if employees lose employment due to the change, which often happens, especially in large businesses, they can be supported in finding new employment. And so that, the business can look out for them and try and find new employment for them. But sometimes, employees won't be losing their job, but they still feel like they're going to be negatively affected. So it could be, for example, that there's new technology going to be implemented and some employees really feel nervous about that new technology and feel like they won't be able to do their job as well as they have in the past. And so what the business can do, they can support the employees by offering training, counseling, consultation about what the employee needs, but any kind of support that can really help reduce the resistance to change because the employees understand that the business and the managers have their back. Now, the final low risk strategy that we're going to go through is incentives. So that's providing something that encourages the employee to embrace the change, normally something extrinsic such as a promotion or bonuses. And so it can come in many forms, and they're just some examples, but that can help the employees accept the change and work towards the new state because they're receiving something that's going to benefit them. And so they can obviously see the benefits of implementing the particular change. So just to recap, managers can implement a number of strategies in order to overcome resistance to change. Low risk strategies, which is what this video was all about, allow the employees and the manager to maintain strong relationships throughout the change process. And the common low risk strategies that are listed in our study design are communication, empowerment, support, and incentives. So because they're listed in the study design, it's crucial that you know each one of them. So for questions, activities, and more, then come on over to teachingbubble.com.